Ewe abusia mami mo bibia kwa aba na memfa ombra mega TV and platform eso. Nyankopon ehira papa any abrebia mo supporter mo de emaye e wo hanom. Na yenya yenim ye mame Akua Donkor otimi efree mu ya on the Monday, that is I think 28th or so. January 29th and okay 29th, I think say 29th window free mo. Na abusia eyare husem from 28th and news in break on 29th how much. Na unim same way ayana sometimes mega I don't want to say it because we are say way sometimes nyema bi wo honoma obitimi ya na se BBC a utimi di blame man sanso na bibi nso wo honum na esi a ayana blame no sometimes adding because bibi if bibi coincidence but ohwe de ekos a in fact there is nothing like coincidence in this matter. Nina ni se mami Akua Donkor ti ase no o kan sembi edigua pawa so na yebekwa akuti sa ansem no ensem mami ni kan ni se Nyankopon agi ne kra fi ni nsem a yemfa sombo no emfa bo President Akuffo Addo ono ena waye den wamomokun because enkrofo binum ban so several times ebisa ne car number baby otie and we don't know say enkrofo no mo so CD for killing this woman through food poisoning and as a true poisoning of food we don't know and I am just many evidence pacho I am just speculating it and as I am just saying it we don't know na eno nkwada chairman wuntumi so yi nenim so ye the Ashanti regional chairman ejina etna ne radio station the TV station wuntumi so eka ensem bi a related to sa maami ni wo na ensem o kan ni so no de he will make sure send this for ye se bi dede okrum ha he will make sure and do everything possible to pull out somebody presidential candidate be sebe ya NDC numbers no ebeden emu beden emu free 8 hono enti where do you see any say NDC for ya obeye fian just obewo bi afiri obewo bi obetu bi mpian you see adebo hono ma yemfa ndi agro chama wuntumi kan semwe ene maame no oni hono and she was a presidential candidate or the number 3 maame no so tiase on say Ghana yemfa bibi serious Ghana ye nation bi won oman we utinam na so survive na Nyankopon edo pa yade ambo na se wonwu ti sa akoko na obi anchi wontwoti ana se politician bi ani wowu na Nyankopon edo oman fu sei sebi anya oman na yefu na mo nipa yewom some of us ye leaders no na adwen eye dirty na ama oman no sebi ena bedru baby adru na oman ne de Nyankopon ebo yeye Nyankopon ema ye niam sonko natural resources you can count it niam ye wo enye ni market wa na Donkor Akuffo Addo a prime suspect in Akua Donkor wo edinti ya maami we eka asese owu a yembisa na Donkor Akuffo Addo na wanka se owu a yembisa akwalu yembisa John Mahama enka yepo obi kra na obeka se enka owu a yembisa na John Mahama do you know why John Mahama na osi maami Akua Donkor se wakoka se ono Akua Donkor kra no wetimi pass through EC's process to be a presidential candidate na owura ye frɛ no akwa we ni din kra de sɛn abranti ye omuyi ni firimi what you say abranti ye omu eyi ni firimi mi kai ni dia me bo akyerew what you say abranti omuyi ni firi presidential we mu enti na Akua Donkor ye ni ya a o kan sem but eno kra no Akua Donkor anka se owu aye mi se ono wanka se owu aye mi se ono osi ye mi se Akuffo Addo enti senka buruchira Sen ko bi man so kasamri o ma sha se investigate Akuffo Addo de ekosi ya e ma di o kan sa nsem no. The reasons why Akua Donkor gina so kan sa nsem no enka ye investigate no. Nyankopɔn hyira yenko tie nsem wei na ekoba wan kasa obi hu de eko e okuruma Kevin Ekobedu Taylor drop information more details on how omo person omo sesa ballot positions no NDC number 8 omo person omo gi free omo nsem na through Akua Donkor ni wu ye ene enima bi a arise ediba no yenko ni nkoti meso se revival man ne link ni comment section description ni ko na subscribe to the channel no. He is on all the digital platforms including Boomplay, what do you call it, Audiomack, Spotify, baby a boy no ne link no subscribe ko na ko search revival man afi so mesida wada bomodina na owura no tie ninum ni bi na download na nso tie because owura no UK and obo gospel onye easy oyade yenko tie owura no enwom no yenko tie nsem no family koba na ka bia mega me beto aso program we eso yenko ponshira
exactly 7:39. Good timing. I'll be back after this short break. Now, yeri jumadi no ahihye so.
I'm penny Akuffo Addo head. That's one of my coy. Maybe so I don't be a gadam said so. I'm going to get him said so. Was he a gadam said one question? So I just say, I know so a cigar and say who quine. Say, I am no cassay. Was cigar and say who quine, whatever year way. Or best I jay, I saw one crowd of war. I'm here to ye. If you said you were here, no, then Sakawi. And to make a catch, I want a day, and if Africa as a pay. I'm a bam and penny Mahamaso, so me cono. And a one young cono. One on the side, me, I'm at the way what Babba so sad and plan nine. And I say, I brother now, and so some many papa so. I better pay a busam and hen of a tear, me can't know my saying, or Pemiacome. Now, and I'm the two. Now, I'm saying, I can't tell what was any part of Pemiacome. And to a busam and there was a here. A hen of a one, I can't know my saying, into a Pemiacome to say me, we are who are in the come. I'm at the way what Babba so sad.
Akua Donkor catch them was owu a Akuffo Addo na ekuno. And from the statement from Chairman to me, the way they want the number a what ballot to pass on Santi, it is clear say MP before the coup Akua Donkor and no. MP before the coup JB Dankwa, MP before the coup John Kuma, MP before any coup Eden Akua Donkor case that yet Ghana eda ho esoso nsemso yet Ghana esoso nsemso na Nana Dankwa Akuffo Addo ne MP before omudi ewu. Now, mama yanko yenim wedwa Kevin Taylor we mu ade mesi de maka no enim afa me court. Enti announcement na maye no. Nana Dankwa Akuffo Addo Akua Donkor di kaka kire so opene ku no. Owu a mumuse Akuffo Addo. Yete na chema wutu beka se omo be change positions no. Omo ku Akua Donkor omo wi a omo be ku den apalu. By 2 weeks time the apalu so omo ku no. MPP le ku John Kuma ebesinde ye hu nipa oku John Kuma chema wuntumi ene John Kuma ene dia confirm back ye se chema wuntumi ba omia doctor de ene save no John Kuma de ye save no wuye de ya John Kuma wuye ena na po bodam JB Dankwa ena ma Akuffo Addo $50 million se onfanko contest campaign ena kaso openisika ena omosmaye emekuku den JB Dankwa sexy don police for chino on one ni statement mu any video mo ka say John Kuma JB Dankwa wu no Akuffo Addo nim hu bi enti also tell us a part we no eyokunfu dumfu enti also tell us bibia yedu no now Momenka Electoral Commission for one asem na yenko yenim. Now this is a story I want to spend about 20 minutes on. Na mapon na makofie me na meyere na memma. Ai na sebio ya numu nsupa enye galamse nsuo. Yedi eduane pa enye galamse nsuo ene yedi guso. Na sebio yada empapa so a sebio enye galamse ena yede yeye. Akua Donkor. Now EC has informed GFP to make arrangements to nominate a new candidate following the death of party's presidential candidate Akua Donkor. Akua Donkor wu eman edien eye apalutiase onyame tie sufre. Now I see Electoral Commission no and the krata beto abontene say eye Akua Donkor party no omu yi eye dean flag bearer na eye print na omo print ballot papers no isi se omu jai je mensa aje instructions free Jubilee House say samoku Akua Donkor wi a me pese be fa kwan bi so na afi John Mahama number 8 no yesesa no na nkema John Mahama free 8 wo because breaking the 8 na de John Mahama be breaking binti ene Jane Mensa ni isi for say Akua Donkor ewu omo ma Akua Donkor party no be 10 days say omo fa flag bearer from mra ansana eye ballot papers na omo print ya maka be 10% ni ewie no omo toaso. I want to say this, the ballot papers near the koto abano about 90% ya print ewie. Now already easy for press release omo de ba abontene a mamen kan na mindwudwam na Ghana for ehu de eko. Death of 2024 presidential candidate Madam Akua Donkor, 29th of October 2024. I'm sorry, 29th of October 2024. Now, EC4 statement of the Electoral Commission has today received information on the unfortunate passing of the presidential candidate of the Ghana Freedom Party (GFP), Madam Akua Donkor. May she rest in peace. While the 1992 Constitution and the Public Elections Regulations 2020 CI 127 are not clear on processes to follow in the event of the death of a presidential candidate, Article 54 of the 1992 Constitution provides as follows, and I quote, "Where at the close of nomination but before the elections, one of the candidates dies, a further period of 10 days shall be allowed for nomination." End of quote. The commission has since informed the GFP to make arrangements to nominate a new candidate and inform the commission accordingly. In the meantime, the commission has suspended the printing of presidential ballot papers, which was near completion. See the last statement, almost say, in the meantime, the commission has suspended the printing of presidential ballot papers, which was near completion. Thank you, Samuel Tete, Deputy Chairman, Operations. Easy for say, Omati say a year Akua Donkor sebio watwa nananom ewon siedo na Ghana mrano sebio emra ebo omodwumadie no ho ban a 1992 Constitution eye emra kase a ebo Ghana ho no sebio emu eye emu baby ekire say any Electoral Commission for so emra baby kire say sebio was say omo ka kire party ni say omo enadu omo ntumi mfa obi embehye Akua Donkor nan na mom omo kasa no omo say Ghana eye emra kase ne enhyeda eni emra poti bia edawa ekire de ewo se omo faso se obi a ope emampanyini edi a sebio ye beto aba no ofiri mu a na mom isi wo mra kuma bi a eda ho a sebio ye nyina ye betumi afaso na saa emra no ena mo frɛ no CI 127 2020 ena omode saa mra no ban no na saa mra no kyerɛ sɛ obi epe franka anase omampanyina di na ye kwa akoto aba na sɛ ofiri mu a party na sebio odi omonim anase oyo omo franka tufo no saa party no de omo ye ne se omo ma party no enadu na party no enyi nipa foforo na sebio omo nya den ommedi omonim no mkotu den akantuo akansie no na isi kasa no omo se eye papers a sebio yekoto eye enwa aba ma yehu bebia obi abeda no a ye rekoto aba no omo ankasa eba atoma no mutuo se eye papers a ye printed yakoto aba 2024 December ya aka ena eduasa nkron no omo se papers ne de omo printed do na in fact omo chichemu eye oha chichemu a beye eduokron 90% de papers omo print wi a Akua Donkor edin ene ne picture etare so na mom omo mbra no kire se e wo se omo ma eye Akua Donkor party no omo de omo ma party no eye akwanya ma se omo pese omo ma obi be hye Akua Donkor nan a nipa no e be hye Akua Donkor nan. Now sa asemu ya isi edi abe nipa ne nsa ehya ase no ye frɛ no eye Samuel Tete ono so ye another kromfo a owo isi Now, obi busa say na asema abeyi Electoral Commission sebio ye nyina yenim say Electoral Commission a printed election papers and a ballot papers edu be 90% no. Say asema si say ni say ye jai ballot papers ne printi na yama Akua Donkor party no 10 days say omunyi dein another presidential candidate. Question e pese busa no say enti 90% in krata na isi a printing no. Sa enkrata bebrebe na yedi sika ne ink ya contracted different printing press mama printing no. Easy say Akua Donkor party no eyi obia se omeye presidential candidate. Sa enkrata na ya print na yede serial numbers nyina to so a yede credo ato ano no easy betu egu ana easy ebekoso ama ya print na ya koto aba. Now question also busa hono no say easy na nkasa mmra no ede ne kafa se obi wu ewo se all contest se obe president owu abra ye koto aba o kan CI 72 sorry CI 72 and this is it. Sorry, CI 75. CI 75. Where easy for nankasa emra. Okay, CI 75 na. Now 2012 and a sambra we ye share no Ghana and no easy emra nibi. Almost say death of a candidate. Now, where an election is to be held and the candidate dies on the eve of the election and proof of the death of the candidate is given to returning officer before the commencement of the poll, the returning officer shall put on hold proceedings in relation to the election and inform the commission. Say easy say omumbra le kire say yekoto aba na say ebia enne ana ochena ana ada yebeto aba no say presidential candidate bi eden a ewu a yesi easy mra ne kire say e wo say officer na returning officer na ohwe sa aba so no and the Ghana yeka returning officer of Ghana's election agent mensa yeto aba ni nyina ewia returning officer of Ghana's election no agent mensa. Sauba regional, your returning officers, but Ghana ankasa, ye ka returning officer, nipa ye de abani nyina besi de naso mane kinkan nyina ka bom e ka kire ya Jane Mensa Adukwe Mensa and a returning officer. Isi mrano CI 75 ne kire say ye koto aba na presidential candidate bi wu a e wo say nipa na oye returning officer ohwe abado so no e wo se ohodi abano no make sure say sa asem na yesi no ye betu anamon ansa na ya den ansa na yakoso ato abano. Now 2 no say the commission shall on receipt of information under the sub regulation 1 adjourn the poll and allow a period of 10 days for the political party to which the candidate belonged to nominate a new candidate. Inti mbrani kire say isi no ebe gina aba no bebi egina bia no na wa ma political party no inedu 10 days for that political party to elect a new flag bearer and then they can go ahead and conduct the elections. Now, my question here is, what if say Akua Donkor party no entimi enyi a presidential candidate? What if say MPP 4 we know will do everything possible from stopping Akua Donkor political party no from electing a presidential candidate or nominating a presidential candidate to come and contest no? What will be the next move of the EC? Question amibusa. Because when BB EC nankasa krata mu no almost a presidential ballot papers no almost printed 90%, meaning abano papers abano they are almost done in printing the papers, because I will share documentation we are printing presses are almost printed around the nation. No, Oko back press Ashanti regional and Savannah they have printed and basically they have even boxed all the papers. Almost printing paper nevi aka 3 numbers be on beshim. Almost party representatives at the locks in ba me the atuano. Technically, papers now Eko Ashanti regional and Savannah no back press no they have printed about 95% over. So as act commercials, upper west, upper east, almost about 90% presidential, print here. Oba InnoLink, almost print it. Oba checkpoint, print it. Fund start, print it. Yasaku, Sanko Fuena, easy so cancel contract, Ghana Publishing Company. Into all these publishing companies are almost printed ballot papers, they have done about 90% of the presidential ballot. Meaning about 90% of the presidential ballot, Akua Donkor enim da so. Now, easy ni say, wama Akua Donkor party 10 days. Akua Donkor party anase nominate a new flag bearer. Na easy and take into one more. So the question to the Electoral Commission and say, so ochina Akua Donkor party a flag bearer. Are we going to discard? And our papers say ya print here we are almost 90%. Mwanga say ya print most of them. Are we going to throw them away and now can put Akua Donkor party the new flag bearers face before we reprint all this ballot papers? Bima now. Just a question. Now, my mention the NPP for person ye. My mention the Jane Mensa episode ye. My mention the next move of the NPP. Akua Donkor na umukuno no. They killed Akua Donkor because they wanted a ballot John Mahama number 89 the Ghana for nyina ajatum no. Omo pese omo pe koti kwan bi so no mu change a ballot the number na John Mahama free 8. Now this is what they are going to do. And Ghana for should be alert. Nobody should allow Jane Mensa and the EC. And they say ebasana election na yekoto I say these people are bent on destroying our democracy, because in any country Akua Donkor statistics from Baka Akua Donkor in our elections only 200,000 votes da. Akua Donkor is insignificant when it comes to Ghana's elections. And yes sir, this is the first time of Akua Donkor all contesting in Ghana's elections. This is the about third time a GFP party air contesting. Now when you go back into history, the GFP and I say Akua Donkor party they have not made any significant inroads when it comes to numbers that can decide elections. Yet and your call Supreme Court election 2020 and Chief Justice Enini Yaboane Tokonu ekachire say NDC ana isi kra edi sa constituencies ni bi na yentumi ankan no kra beka NDC ho a, it is not significant enough to turn over the elections. Meaning that word significant it plays a very important role here. Now you come back to the first time Akua Donkor contested Ghana's election. When we go back to the first time Akua Donkor contested here to the last election we conducted in Ghana from 2020 and 2023, 2 times now, Akua Donkor has not gotten over 100,000 votes. Meaning, if today Akua Donkor party is out of the elections, or we leave Akua Donkor's picture to still run, at the end of the day, whatever Akua Donkor will get will still be insignificant. It will not change the outcome of the elections. Into reasonable Ghanaians, at this point, we are looking at an EC that will be rational and reasonable enough to say, Senke John the number of voter NPP ekuta. Sabaumia and Kewa, Yenim said the NPP made some significant inroads in 2020 elections, and that their number is significant. They can win elections. So it is very important we do this. But as we speak, Akua Donkor, since contesting Ghana's election twice, Akua Donkor has not even made 100,000 votes. Her inclusion in the elections, whether the candidate is changed or not changed, it will not affect the general outcome of the election. So changing or stopping the printing of the ballot is not necessary. And at the end of the day, Akua Donkor is not significant. I'm talking about Akua Donkor GFP party. Their inclusion and also what they bring to the party, it is insignificant. It cannot change the outcome of the election. Because Akua Donkor, with all due respect, if she was alive, she was not going to pull 100,000 votes. So a country where we have been able to print ballot papers, presidential ballot papers, about 90% of them. Why do we say if even Akua Donkor party and to me unfilled the obia, we need to leave the papers the way they are and go into the elections. And then a reasonable person be abeka. But let me tell you, the NPP, Jane Mensah, Bosman Sare, Tetemono, omni NPP for the coup Akua Donkor. The idea ni nyina say omo pese omo dane election no eye number 8 na John Mahama dan omo pese omo yi free ho. Omo pese omo find the way na omo yi John Mahama free 8 ho because omo nim say kian ne kin. Ghana for age John Mahama number 8 na tum and Ghana for nyina beto ma John Mahama. Now ma menkyerɛ strategy a omo epese omo adapting. Now this is the strategy Jane Mensah NPP for pese omo adapting with this Akua Donkor demise. Now, Obi the EC Beko court. Somebody will take the Electoral Commission to court very soon. Nipa no the EC Beko court no. Obeka check Ghana for say or a concerned citizen. Or the EC Beko court say Omuyi Akua Donkor the picture no free ho say Akua Donkor unfilled it and I say GFP. What I'm telling you is the NPP will do everything possible to stop Akua Donkor party no from nominating a presidential candidate. Now, say Ebasana, another MPP person will go to Supreme Court and tell the court to say Akua Donkor party name to me any presidential candidate or say Akua Donkor party no or more ballot paper no see NPP for because Supreme Court. See, NPP for will do everything to stop Akua Donkor pathway from fielding a presidential candidate. Now, say omenya presidential candidate amba NPP for we have nipa baako say onko court. No onko kanche court say Akua Donkor party no to me amfa obi amba ambehye Akua Donkor 9 dia. And the I was say sa Akua Donkor baby oda no I was see a number ni free o yini free na yes san numbers no. That is number 1. Now, number 2, Jane Mensah and EC, what they are going to do is almost be emergency IPAC meeting. Tie. Se nipa ne the assembly quarter. Jane Mensah, Bossman, omoni MPP for an apalumube meeting. No ma emergency IPAC meeting. Now, almost emergency IPAC meeting now. 90% of NPP for now omo IPAC almost say omo ye apalu ene sanko for no. They will all say they support the Electoral Commission say omo yi Akua Donkor party no free number 3 or so whatever it is no. Now what is going to happen is say Beka say that is what IPAC is saying, and that any political party at IPAC that will disagree should go to court for interpretation. Court one da ho osono maame. First of all, they will say Akua Donkor, they will stop Akua Donkor party from fielding a presidential candidate. Eba sana na obi de eye sa eye asem no akọ court. MPP for no obi de akọ court. Se di panel the EC court na EC afre emergency IPAC meeting. EC for emergency IPAC meeting they will make sure say MPP surrogates no more IPAC meeting because say yes, EC should take out Akua Donkor. Now, Omoka say EC should take out the Akua Donkor party in free. Now, EC will say majority of IPAC no epese yeden epese yesi. It is a political party now you don't agree. Obviously, NDC will not agree. A party are reasonable to say Afafranto Alankash will not agree. And some other people who are somebody like Hassan Ayaraga, I don't trust him. He will go with the NPP people. That's what he does all the time. He does business when it comes to politics. Now, the rational ones will disagree. And the easy will say, oh, per the vote, majority of the parties at IPAC are saying, they side with us. So we want to go ahead and take Akua Donkor out and do re-balloting or change the number now, Obia Wano. Then EC will say any party that disagrees can go to Supreme Court. Now, Uko Supreme Court, Osama Ami will be sitting there waiting. Tokonu, and Tokonu is an MPP communicator. So when you go to Tokonu will tell you, EC is right, and that you should go back in less than 24 hours, Thank you very much. In just 24 hours, Madam Tokono will put a committee, a team together and decide on the case in less than 24 hours. Sir Jemensa NDC Foko Court say could seek interpretation for the actions of EC. Madam Tokonu will use less than 24 hours to put a group of judges together to say the EC is right and that the NDC should go back and listen to the EC. Because listen, when you look at Ghana's election, let me show you this. These are real facts. I'm sure facts you are. Look at these facts. The reason why it is not important for the EC to even touch the ballot paper. The EC should continue and print all the papers. Because Ghana's election, this is the election. When results now results that screen is a summary of the 2020 presidential election results without Techiman South constituency. Now, Akua Donkor party, a GFP, Akua Donkor did not get more than 5,000 votes. Akua Donkor didn't get even 6,000 votes. The whole election now, in 2020, Akua Donkor got 5,500 people voting for her. So what should stop us from printing the ballot papers? Because Akua Donkor, whether we allow her in or not, whether they have a presidential candidate or not, her number is insignificant. And there is no way Akua Donkor can win elections in Ghana. It is also number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5, Akua Donkor, the summary of 2020 elections now, only 5,000, Akua Donkor, 5,574 people voting for her. So why is the EC stopping the printing? After 10 days, say Akua Donkor party to be a presidential candidate, it should stay the same. The EC should not try. Say they will touch the voting paper and say they want to change the numbers and the positions of any political party. Because Akua Donkor's political party does not add anything to the elections. So Akua Donkor 4 million votes. I can say yes, she can win elections. But Akua Donkor 6,000 votes in just 2020 elections. So why are we even stopping the printing? You just have to tell Akua Donkor party and say, you know something, we cannot do anything about it. When somebody votes for Akua Donkor, you can come and present somebody's name. But when somebody votes for Akua Donkor, the person is technically voting for a party. But you cannot say you are stopping the printing and that you are going to change the numbering and that because of Akua Donkor is very, very insignificant in Ghana's elections. Now, this is a typical example. Namapong, it's exactly 8:06 p.m. What we are experiencing today at EC and Akua Donkor Assembly, to make it very easy for you and to make it very rational for you, Namimpong show is simple. WAEC conducting elections, examinations. At the end of the day, there are so many students omuncho elections, exams. Obu oha no anyam wentumi ametro exams no. Obu oha wenya accident wentumi ametro exams no. Obu oha oyare serious wentumi antro exams no. Obu oha ye registration wie ye ma obia index number because WAEC say ye ba betro exams wasi no ye register student bia ema student bia de unique number your friend no desk and as index number. Now on election day, say a week to elections, na say school bi hu say student bi sebio wewu ana onyem ana oyare seriously on timimpo entra. WAEC does not take out that student's their index number. What happens is when they print the papers, they print the exams papers, those students, their papers are printed. The exams still goes on. WAEC does not say because this student or yare, this student or this student with all due respect want to try exams into the index numbers. We have to reprint all index numbers into say 2 million students never try exams now. We need to go back and redo the index numbers. It does not work like that. WAEC still sticks by the principle.
Thank you, Kevin Yankupon Shaw. So I am very sad. Say up to now, and Kamami Wuyi and prime suspect Nanado Donko Akufo Addo. president nankasa if you are na ba chama wuntumi Ghana ye di bibidi agro Ghana ye di bibidi agro enti we yesi se Kevin kokase maami o mo hyede kuna obi to on mo nti ase obi to on mo nti ase azumi wa wo hwɛ mi o sebi ɛna sisi a wote hɔ no woto hɔ no na oba bɛka kyerɛ o sɛ oh maame anadedi madamfo bi ɔtaataata me paa madamfo bi ɔtaata me bia o threat me no bisa me fie wɔ he wo nhwe ya na me de bɛyɛ wo ho ɔrɔfɛ saade no ɛna aka kyerɛ wo maame no papa sɛ oh ana oba ne ka kyerɛ o sɛ oh daddy sɛ me nyame anya aduma na sɛ nyame to ne nsa frɛ me sɛ bi wu a saa madamfo no mo hold responsible na sɛ wo oba no sɛ bi nyankopɔn pangu sɛ oba bi wo we example kike na sɛ oba no free mu a wo yɛ awofo a wo bɛtena ase bibisa wo sɛ bi bibisa wo wo bɛtena ase aka wo nsa ahyɛ odem de fam asu you confront the pakro na oba no bɛka kyerɛ sɛ ɔtete wo no na wu a mo hold responsible sɛ saa nɛteɛ Akuffo Addo ɔte ano na yɛagyegye ne so Akua Donkor si owu a yɛmmisa no ɛna yɛmmu ya no na yɛte ɛna family members nso mo te hɔ nom unnecessary attack ɛna de mebodi delay a ɔne ne kɔyɛ interview about more than 10 years ago a ne harsh words bi affect no ɛna moto na mo attack no Akuffo Addo the prime suspect ɛne chama wudumi de moto no na moto no atum yɛn ka sɛ obi and disrespect obi o but delay there no enya at this crucial time because delay no the interview star no ohwe a saa notie on say obi a n'ani abere opɛ yedie ntentem bia no sɛ bi oyɛ nneɛma bi a sɛ bi aya no hyɛ dan dwen ho nti delay there ne fa nto nkyɛn but ye po obi a mo abusuafoɔ mo begina anam na mo bɛbɔ aboso aka ayɛ den atwe na ba mmara ni mu a enka ɛyɛ Akuffo Addo firi hɔ ba kyɛma wuntumi because maame no bi na no wankasa bi na no aka sisi mi wu a mo mi sɛ Akuffo Addo na mo te hɔ no na bia mu na no Ghana ambra nye dwuma yɛnka sɛ obi na ɛyɛ saa adeɛ no Akuffo Addo asoma IGP hey mo nkɔkye no mmra Reverend Owusu Bɛmpae yɛ papa asofo panyi onyanyɛ sɛ onyantwi mpontiba na tuo ɛnkɔ agrada fie ɛso nkofo ɛkyi papa no de ne hyem to the extent sɛ ɔyare nyina no na handcuff egu ne nsa ne Nyankopɔn bi gu manim ase ade a mode yɛ papa ne Nyankopɔn bi gu manim ase sɛ papa no egyina simpie so ɛbɔ mpae ma mo mo wie bɛba bibifo mo nyɛ saa atwempɔne ne yɛ too much insensitivity you don't think about humanity mo dwi nipa ho tumi ne nkwa na ahyɛ mo adwi mu ma ɛna kyɛma wontumi kasa babakye te sɛ bi Ghana nyinaa ne dia na asante hene sɛ bi wote hɔ no na wo hwɛ kyɛma wontumi na wodi sɛ bi nsɛm fo asante man mu na napia wo mekyia wo ya so kyɛma wontumi so na oyi gold asante man mu of which say yenim sɛ gold nyinaa no e belong to na ɔte kokɔ so obi antimi demonstrate gold ɛwɔ asante man mu apart from Nana Nkwa because ono ena ɔte kokɔ so gold ɔno na ɔhyɛ gold kyɛ na kyɛma wontumi wo ya so no so no ne nam kuruma na ɔkita nkwasi asɛm adenya me kyɛma wontumi adenya udi agro mema MP NDC for mu 8 na hwere mo pɛ na pampa na asɛm na bɔ and plan na Kevin kai no it is exactly what they are planning eno na be omobo ho plan en kesi den na maamini wu ya yi si ababontin eyembrem and we understand say eyembrem so mo obi ayi ni presidential candidate but other series of meeting be ekoso because they know say maame no onye obi obehye na nan ene woman father kra no do obeti na ebisi obeti ababontin so no so kwatwe ne ho yes because we are on kai now oni adaka brefrem pomanso ene ba 2020 osi adaka brefrem ponso okodi hene bi oti nani na kise ne ho ene opeso otwe edi firi maame no na ne ya maame ya wudie na kyese my father nso de obegina nkyɛn because adeɛ we game wenye nzi sɛ o ukɔgyi w'anim kɔgyina hɔ no ka sɛ o na me bedi maame na sɛne Kevin kan maame no yɛanyɛ election bi ama ne nya over 100,000 votes. You know, what at all are you telling Ghanaians? I am very sad. What do you want to say? Until the evil men do no lives after them. Would you say, oh yeah, who say, who could be to me? The latter part no. In a tukrumbu ne bisi. Apoche dunkuma. Urewe. MPP4. Akise. Inim di see enka. Uranum yenu. Etimi kudi. Aduane poison womb. Ewi achiri baako be nyankwa. Baako be wu. What the hell is that? Hey, MPP, said ye, the poet the more you, and I fear for you to know Mudi Hdino. Tete, Yura, Kufo J. Kufo, Nana Yankupon Shao. Now you say not you, but no, this is any situation in Tino. And Kofa advice in some on your own criticize it. My own criticize it. On funny new show. Medina coming men criticize and coming so men can be momo. Na me to one na me the mani say e show. Na me the mani show mo. Mo gu papa ni mase. Akuffo Addo guje Akuffo ni mase. Akuffo Addo de o chire ni se oye bibi na ye bekọ akoka se o ye nkofa president Akuffo na o me to Akuffo Addo fo. Akuffo Addo o chire kura no. Do chire kura no. Enka senka sanity a senka sanity a enka yewura amukan si George Otibonso ne dan ne bra no mu ba be bubu Akuffo Addo de bomia mu ba be bubu papa ne dan no papa no ko hu je Akuffo ehun mpanfo bi so monko yewura aye Dr. Muhammad Bomia eni Akuffo Addo no mo pana chew se dan no mo bungu ko papa ne si onya attempt mienu e man nkofo yo madwe so mu kobu okwa na nkofo afren na okọ site o na mo jai the last one no and okọ ya omudi machine abubum pa omudi bom no mo jara o we need demolition no omo ese ne keke nti Akuffo Addo do chiri kura de se oye bibi na Akuffo di na no atum eno de otia na ne bufu because he thought say Akuffo di ne na yiwie no wamboa no oma ne sofai Akuffo no oma ne sofai nti obey president in 2016 nti so no wa sofa no wa binya ne president a odi ni president amumu bi amfana no ntutum. That is how Akuffo Addo thinks. That is the secret ebia wuni sana Akuffo Addo dwen. Nti ye kan obi nti ase ye kan obi nti ase o okre na ye ka chi ono MPP any political party ade ho don the youth of this country no amudi MPP for echi yo MPP mo I pity you a lot me yanso somebody my brother to chacha because at this crucial time the party any lucrative party men be nipa ho bio say the normal dream nipa ho first no ne Akuffo di animu a oye free maternity care NHIS eye adwuma kama school feeding program eye adwuma kama chese bibia eye adwuma kama ene oko school feeding program asai enkwara na omo primary no na omo aduane ene aduane no omo di bi ma wa untimi ndi na omo uniform every year bia beginning of every year bi omo uniform kama na omo mpaboa then time ye ho no ye jeje mpaboa although na esumom but oya na onya size utimi hyeche eboaw ene sa din na Akuffo Addo amomojai Akuffo Addo amomojai Akuffo na de ba yo Akuffo Addo amomojai which means all time Akuffo to the core and such a person no otwaje ento amabomia na nso di akire ono nso benyini akotene fi abechinchim bomia akano kwache o na miani maseno kwa na mega maker no and people don't understand me can Akuffo ntimase enti Akua Donkor plan bi omo ye bia no emfa Akua Donkor nimse onda Pebio Jenny Crafin says, so any crowd would ya oko. Sanyani Crewa on one new crown or Diom Befaso, the Menka, on one new crown or Diom Befaso. Because these people, they are very dangerous. To make a cow open, Ukun don't cut his akoko. It could man the junk, Mowood is akoko, JB Edu, JB Danko, word sekai, Bomi on one casa, Bodu, Kabne Bodu, Bomi on one casa, the personal assistants. And Omukuni, ya. Sir John, on also, ye the share COVID. Asembe debi. Abunya, we mega TV. The analysis I so ye dia to no. Let's also document betum. Now I like Dumadino. On the more serious note, Mr. Subscribe to the channel na it and hit it. 10,000 this year. I know see bit me but I say kakakra ye pencil ye ko aka 2,000 ne kakra ye ko. Inti Mr. Mumbuame na intimi enya 10,000 subscribers this year. Akupon shiro bibia. Me nua revival man. The link no. I will comment description name. Yes, iti ko na ko streaming nyo no madi aka so wura no e Ghana ni but UK obon no ma hono no obon nyo no enti description no kwa na wako subscribe na wabuvu into all the streaming platforms Audiomack, Boomplay, what do you call it, Spotify and the other streaming platform ni na now so with me ati obrano ne somebody etu edwa me ma me ke ba for ma me o United States America yankopon hira ma me o New York o America so ma me we bi so UK yankopon hira me ma me obi bia hwe mega TV I salute you yankopon hira makra bye bye.